It was, we had 3 really good days last week of practice. We were able to, get some guys a lot of individual work as well as kind of preparing for some of the situational things game-wise. We started today with that as well, really kind of working a little more towards Iowa and some of their base stuff. We got that kind of installed today. It was great at the end of practice. We were able to get Coach Collins there to say hello to the guys, and it was really good. It was good to have him there, and we're sure proud of him, and I know he'll do great things there. He even brought back some Philly cheesesteaks to share with the staff, and stuff was really good, man. So that was a good thing. And moving forward, obviously through this bowl practice, as we said, Randy Shannon will take over the defense, and he'll be calling the game. We were able to, through the bowl games, Mark DeBastiani will handle the linebackers. Been a defensive coordinator and linebacker coach for over 10 years in 1AA football, been coaching for over 20. We're really fortunate to have coaches like that in the support roles, so not missing a beat with that group, and he'll be handling the linebackers, as I said. So, but that's what we're going to do moving forward. We're not going to make any full-time decisions on that till after the bowl games, out of respect for coaches and people that are coaching at other programs and that kind of thing. Just don't think it's right this time of year to let them focus on that and then move forward after that. There is no time frame, but obviously we want to have it done before we get back on the road recruiting after the first of the year. So that's kind of where we're at there. From a health standpoint, really no more updates. Should know a lot when we get to the bowl site itself. We'll get guys back on the 26th, and then we'll prep a little bit there while we're here, and then head down on the next day and do our first practice down there at the bowl site starting the 27th. So that's kind of the time frame as we've got moving forward with what we're doing prep-wise. Really, other than that, guys, I'd like to take this opportunity to, since I won't see you till after Christmas, wish you guys and your families happy holidays, and hope you get some time to enjoy that piece, with your family members. This will be the first one for us without our daughters, and it's going to be a sad morning. I'll tell you that. After 26 years of doing that with family, it'll be a little bit different. But times change and things move on. So my son and I have our work cut out for us to make sure that my wife has a wonderful Christmas. And but anyway, questions?
You said no real updates with injuries, but has Alex Anzalone been able to come back?
He actually went out and did some things at practice. Beat some bags up the other day, which was good to see.
Did they hit back?
The darn thing just stood there, so that was a good thing. But time will tell there. And like I said, we'll know more when we get back and get down there. And we've got a couple days of padded practices here coming up. He won't be in any contact stuff, but he did do some scaly work and did some individual work, so that was good to see.
And then in the news, Leonard Fournette chose not to play in the bowl game with an injury. McCaffrey chose not to play to get ready for the NFL. Is this a conversation you've had to have with any of your juniors or redshirt juniors?
What we do is, with all our guys is, we give them the information, and we've actually gotten some of that back. For the juniors in their reports, and it's one of those deals where it's a personal decision in a team game, and it's hard on everybody. At the same time, the former general managers, people from the league that we've had come interview or come talk to our teams, one of the things that they say over and over is, I think, there was a great example of that happened in that Birmingham Bowl, but it's really more than 75%. It's what you put on film. So for a lot of guys, it's an opportunity against a really good opponent to get some more really good film on themselves, playing at a high level in a really good ball game. And you think what Fowler did in that bowl game for his status, he actually jumped up in the first round based on those 5 sacks and playing every down like he did. I think that's something that was really benefited him, and there's something that's close to the program right there. But it's personal choice.
Edgar.
Yeah, on the NFL still, Jalen spoke about it the other day and had shared some real mature kind of thinking about it, that there's a right way to do it. Thank the people that have helped you to this point if he does decide to leave.
Uh-huh.
Is that something you've talked about, though, like doing it so-called the right way? I mean, is that something you've talked to these players about?
I think there's a right way to do a lot of different things as you go about your business, not just football, but, in other aspects of, the way you handle things. And I just can't tell you, how far Jalen Tabor's come. I mean, he means a lot to this football team. He loves to play, loves to compete. He understands, the different things that are involved in enhancing your brand. And he's really learned that. And I'm just really proud of him. And he's played really well. He practices his tail off. This guy, he's doing it right.
Just in general, though, is that something you've talked about, some of the guys who might leave?
We talk about that in, part of our, life after football program and part of our mental conditioning stuff as it pertains to everything that you do. And we've had a lot of guys grow up and done a really good job, and I'm proud of them. And but like I said, we give them the information. We'll meet with everybody individually again after the bowl game, and see where it goes from there.
Robbie.
Coach, obviously the defense doesn't really change, but are you looking forward to seeing what kind of game Randy does call?
Yeah, it'll be fun, and it'll be different. Some guys' roles will be a little bit different, obviously, than they have been on game day. We've done some simulation things already to try to help that from a communication and what different people are looking at. We'll actually carry that over to Thursday or to Wednesday's practice as well this week, and we'll do 2 of those simulated kind of periods, when we get down to Tampa.
Start game planning for Iowa. What does Desmond King? What kind of sticks out with him when you see him on film?
Well, I don't, not as much about the individuals as I am the way these guys play the game as a team. You can really tell the unselfish nature in which they play together, and guys doing their job so other guys can make plays. And I think that's a trademark of his program over the years. I said I go back to some of the stuff when we played them when we were in the Big Ten, and that brand of ball, the way their guys play as a whole, is something that's very impressive. And my hat's off to them. They've done an outstanding job.
Edgar.
And yes, he's a good player. Okay, don't get me wrong, but
I assume Randy's going to be under consideration for the
yeah, absolutely.
the position.
Mm-hmm.
But if you decide another direction, do you still want to kind of maintain some similarity in scheme, especially given that the defense next year potentially could be pretty young?
Yeah, it's going to be young, and yeah, we've got a lot of young guys have been playing this year, so hopefully there's some good carryover on that standpoint. continuity in what we're doing is important, and a couple other factors as we kind of look at it and make sure we answer some recruiting needs that we have and that type of deal as well. But I'm excited for them. They've been doing a good job, with what we've been doing, and obviously Randy's more than qualified for that position.
Jalen last year talked a lot about Jabari during bowl practices and how he stood out. And I asked him the other day, who's his prediction? He's pretty good on that prediction.
Yeah.
But he's mentioned Beauchamp. And obviously the Elling hit we all saw, or Etling, excuse me, hit. But what have you seen from him, and what are you hoping to see with him this coming bowl practices?
And here's the deal about Bo. He's done a great job on special teams as well. I mean, that's how you kind of earned your stripes a little bit. But like Chauncey did, he's done that and become an every down player. And Beauchamp is in that same mold. He's a guy that can cover and run, and yet is physical enough to handle, when teams are trying to beat on you with those inside runs. His understanding of how to play, sometimes he still runs through gaps and doesn't quite understand that he's maybe got, the outside gap and somebody's got the inside gap, but, you'd rather have to kind of dial him back than dial him up, and he's one of those players. All right, guys. Appreciate you.
Any
Stay dry.
Luke Del Rio, by the way,
Yeah.
what's he doing?
He should be able to throw. I'm hoping when we get down there, he's been doing, the footwork stuff and that kind of thing with us. But he should be, all indications, he should be ready to throw come after Christmas. Yeah.